Cattle are pretty wary of people they don't know.
I'm not sure what to expect as we splash through puddles from one end of Becky Weed's Spanaway Ranch to the other. But we are greeted by a couple dozen incredibly docile Angus Hereford beef cattle who have been feeding on grass and hay their entire lives.
I think it's more flavorful than the meat that comes from cattle that are fed corn and other grains which aren't natural for the cattle.
Knowing where your beef comes from is really important.
Seattle startup vets Joe Heitzberg and Ethan Lowry say there is a big market for high-quality beef from small producers. Their latest venture, Crowd Cow, is the first company that lets customers buy beef directly from small family farms like Becky's. That means Becky spends more time with her cattle and less time on the phone with butchers and restaurants.
We decided if we could crowdfund a cow, 50 people could buy and pick and choose exactly what they wanted, just 5 pounds each, something like that.
Yeah, the idea of getting that great meat straight from a ranch, but without having to buy a chest freezer and without having to get 150 pounds of meat in your house.
They built the Crowd Cow website and in June of 2015 sold their first cow within 24 hours.
We're selling the entire animal's worth of beef.
And then things started to snowball.
We've got some shoulder steaks, it looks like.
Having solved the logistical dilemmas involved with shipping fresh meat out of state,
The Culinary Delight oxtail.
Crowd Cow projects revenue between $7 and $10 million in 2017.
This is a rib steak. Look at the marbling on that.
Joe and Ethan can talk beef like your neighborhood butchers, but that wasn't always the case.
Our background is in software, so even just the lingo around ranches and cattle and how to talk about it correctly so the ranchers don't look at us and say we're idiots, that took a little while to ramp up.
And one of the things we're doing that we've learned ourselves, that we're helping others learn, is just all that beef has to offer.
The main reason this is a success story comes down to one thing: taste.
And now comes the reason I really wanted to do this story.
Steak so tender you can slice it with a fork if you want.
No, this is really good.
Our compliments to the chef, the shipper, and the rancher we met in Spanaway.
No, Crowd Cow's awesome.